Bitcoin has, hit a new record high of $20,000 per coin. However, the cryptocurrency is not just attracting the attention of financial regulators, but also EU regulators who are unhappy at its anonymity. RT's Hanisha Sethi has details.
Maybe the most appealing feature of cryptocurrencies is now under threat. The European Union has agreed to tackle the anonymity of cryptocurrency holders and entities. Now, the EU say the measures will be part of a larger package needed to tackle tax evasion. And so far, it's been welcomed by Europe's Justice Commissioner, who's hailed the decision as a breakthrough.
Today's agreement will bring more transparency to improve the prevention of money laundering and to cut off terrorist financing.
But here's a breakdown of what these measures actually mean. All users that own cryptocurrencies will have their personal identity revealed. What else? If you've got a hefty amount of cryptocurrency loaded on a prepaid debit card, the use of this will be limited. Authorities will also have greater access to information, including national bank account registers. And if anyone can demonstrate a legitimate interest in the cryptocurrency market, you'll be granted access to whatever data you need. These measures are interesting, especially considering the Bank of England's deputy governor said Bitcoin was too small to pose a threat to the global economy. In a recent interview, he likened Bitcoin to a product rather than money.
This is not a currency in the accepted sense. There's no central bank that stands behind it. For me, it's much more like a commodity.
And from the governor's insight to the eyes of world banks, many are questioning the potential threat of cryptocurrencies to the global economy now more than ever, as the value of Bitcoin continues to surge. Perhaps the rise of blockchain technology is threatening a very old and established business model of the financial sector.
If we have something that decentralizes the money supply and threatens the business model of the banks, of course there's going to be pushback against it. Any crackdown on our rights of privacy over the internet is always has an excuse that it's trying to stop money laundering, or it's trying to stop terrorism or paedophiles or whatever. Yes, sure, criminals are going to use this, but criminals already use banks. I mean, so many banks have been caught out money laundering on vast scales and have received vast fines for laundering grey and black money from particularly the drug trade. Perhaps we should say that the EU should close down our banks too.
This fear hasn't gone unnoticed by the Bitcoin community. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange gave his backing to the virtual currency, comparing it to the Occupy Wall Street protest movement of 2011, a movement that aimed to fight inequality, greed and corruption in the finance sector. But regulators remain worried that cryptocurrency is a platform to avoid financial regulations. Whenever tech advances appear, laws are slow to catch up. Many countries and legal bodies have only recently started to address cryptocurrency regulation. But don't worry, it will take 18 months for the law to be implemented, giving you plenty of time to complete transactions anonymously for now.
Encryption company founder Paul Rosenberg, he thinks at the end of the day these new restrictions could actually backfire.
What they're doing is they're attacking the companies that service the Bitcoin market, the people who make wallets, the people who run exchanges, and there's no reason that the people in the EU have to use those companies. They can go to others, and indeed those companies may close down and just move somewhere else where they're not going to have these type of restrictions placed upon them. These restrictions are unnatural to cryptocurrency. It's a different type of system. So it's an open question as to what will happen, but I suspect that a lot of people will just not do business through the EU.